Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Twist Gaming. We are streaming to you live from Origins 2019 in Columbus, Ohio, and I am bringing you all of the front row seats to the best board games at the convention. We are here with our friends from Grey Fox, Alex, and John D. from Eat Chit Dice. I didn't swear, I promise.
Be careful. You gotta be careful with that.
Eat Chit Dice.
And Dice. Ah!
It's the plural.
Faux pas.
They have more than one die.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I messed it up.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, Alex.
Yes.
You have brought us fun games.
I have brought you a fun game.
A fun game.
Un game. Un juego. This is Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded. Now, this may be familiar to some folks who've been watching because this is a retheme, a new edition of Run, Fight, or Die, which is a Richard Launius game which was published a few years ago. This is the reloaded version. So, back from the grave and better than ever. So, this is a game that is, if I had to describe it in a nutshell, King of Tokyo meets zombies.
Okay.
Yeah. So each turn you are going to roll these 6 action dice, and they do various things. So, as mentioned, kind of King of Tokyo style, you're going to roll, re-roll, keep ones you want. Cannot re-roll the zombie dice.
Let me see zombie dice.
Zombie dice, right there.
Not
Boom.
green? Oh.
Cannot roll zombie green. Yeah, there's only one green one.
That's the zombie dice?
Nope, that's the gun result. So don't show that one, but that one's good. Yep. So that's zombie dice. Can't roll that. Let's show a bat result. So a bat result, as you're seeing on the screen now, can take out 2 zombies right in front of you here in Zone 1. Right in front of you. Gun results, which are green. I don't know if that's going to work so great.
They're going to be twist transparent.
Ooh, look at that.
Sweet.
So fancy. So
purple.
these dice actually come transparent.
Only
you
the
buy
Twist
a copy.
exclusive
Yeah,
edition.
that's right.
We better look like straight through the die.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, in case you really want to look down the sights of the barrel of the gun there. That lets you take out a zombie in any of the zones.
Okay.
Close to you, far from you, take your pick. Run results for the cowards among us. Those let you move zombies back a zone, or...
Now it's a little yellow?
Oh, man. It's also see-through.
Also
Fancy
see-through.
dice.
Look at that.
If you move back from Zone 3, it goes from your Zone 3 to the next person's Zone 3. So you can load them up with zombies by scaring them off. All right. Loot. Backpacks. Boop. So one of those, if you roll one of those on your turn, that will get you a loot card, much like this handy-dandy chainsaw. Helpful. There's also things like medical supplies, all sorts of fun things you need to survive the zombie apocalypse in there.
Makes sense.
If you roll 2 of these, you get a follower.
Ooh.
Followers are how you win the game, in a sense, because they have victory points. They also have positive effects, negative effects. That's the Rambling Stoner. Rambling Stoner has a bit of a negative effect. If he takes a damage, and I'll explain damage here in a second, you'll add extra zombies onto your board. Let's get another one as an example. Here's the Angry Waitress. She is super useful, but not worth very many victory points. Only 1. Also, partially transparent. Beautiful. Let me see if I can find a really nasty one, because there's some really annoying cards in here. Let's see. We've got Infected Tim. Infected Tim.
Oh, that poor guy.
He's a ton of victory points. But at the end of your advanced zombie phase, again, I'll explain that in a second, you're going to add extra zombies to your board. And if he dies, he becomes a zombie. Ooh.
That's
brains. Yep, he's been infected and infected hard.
It's just a scratch.
Tis but a flesh wound. So 2 of those will get you 1 follower. If you roll 3 of those on a turn, you get to draw 2 followers and pick 1 to keep.
Okay.
The one last result I'll talk about here is map results. These are locations. So, the more of those you roll, the more prepared you are.
Okay.
So you might find something like the police station.
That's
and the police station, if you have just 1 of those, you just immediately take a wound. You messed up, you accidentally shot yourself in the foot, something happened.
At the police station?
At the police station. They had all these firearms laying around. Confiscated.
You didn't know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't properly trained. You need more training.
Makes sense.
But if you search for weapons, you might find them. So if you have 2 results or more, let's get you another one of these. So 2 of these results, you'll get the bad effect and then the good effect.
Okay.
And then
you get both.
You get both. And 3 results, you only get the good effect. You were properly prepared.
Okay.
Some of what you'll find in there are leadership tokens. These are variable victory points ranging from 1 to 3.
Okay.
And these are permanent. Unlike your followers, which can die, as you saw, they had health on them.
Right.
These are permanent victory points.
Okay.
No issues there. So, final thing I'll talk about, zombie results. Mentioned that you can't re-roll these.
Am I holding this the right way?
That's upside down.
Yeah,
That's better.
there we go.
It's the one that looks like a zombie.
Oh,
with his tongue out.
yeah.
Like he's at a Kiss concert.
That one.
Yeah. Each of these characters that you see here has special abilities, 3 special combos.
So this is our ex-cop.
This is our ex-cop. If you have 2 zombie results and 1 gun result, you can kill 1 zombie in zone 1, 2, and then 3. If you have 2 and then 1 backpack, 1 map, that turns into 2 backpacks, so a follower and 2 maps.
Okay.
Or if you really, really hit the jackpot there and get 5 of the 6 in that order, you don't advance your close zombies, you kill 5 zombies among any zones, and then there's the mutant zombie. If he's around, he'll take a damage. Some of the location cards spawn this bad boy, the mutant zombie.
Oh, wow.
Comes in with health. You can damage him with gun results or by certain cards and abilities, as you saw. That's the health. Those are also permanent victory points if you can do a little pick-off damage.
Okay.
So, that's the mutant zombie. At the end of each turn, we're going to advance zombies. So these 2 would advance and hit my character, doing 2 damage. These 3 would advance. These 4 would advance. And then we would add to our player board 3 plus the number of zombie results we rolled.
So everybody has a board like this and the character.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just trying to keep it in the space.
Right.
So this plays 2 to 4.
Okay.
Also has a solo mode and a solo campaign built right in.
Makes sense. What are the changes that are made for the solo campaign?
So the solo campaign does a lot of really interesting things. Basically, we have certain location cards that come out, and then a grid of different events. Zombies will shamble around between them. You'll have certain objectives you have to meet, and if you can meet those objectives and get the proper loot as you go, including followers, you'll be in good shape for the final boss against battle against the mutant zombie, which is over there.
A big
there you
mutant
go.
zombie.
Yep.
So do you find the solo variant more difficult than...
The solo campaign has 3 settings: hard, really hard, and impossible.
Okay.
So yes, it's pretty difficult.
Okay.
So in short.
It's not meant to be easy, and that's part of the appeal. We heard during the Kickstarter campaign for this that folks really wanted to see more solo modes,
Right.
and so we really tried to step it up with Run Fighter Die Reloaded.
So we have the ex-cop as one of the players. Do we have more characters with asymmetrical player powers?
Oh yes, all of them have unique player powers. I could open this up and try and find them if we have time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's dig it out. Boop, open in
Which
the box.
one did you do any? Are there any there that are really weird or something we wouldn't have expected for a player power?
I don't know about that. Take a look at some of these. We have the Prom Queen. Prom Queen's pretty interesting. She's very athletic.
Because
so she's good at running away from. Of course, it's you have that typical zombie cliches. She's popular, so she's good at getting followers, and you can move zombies from nearby to far away and get bonus followers.
And it's all 5 health to start off with.
Yep, all of them have the same amount of health. Okay. So how the game ends, worth knowing. Yep. There's a specific location that's seated into the bottom of the deck that will end the game immediately. If any player takes enough damage to die, that will end the game immediately.
Okay.
And the mutant zombie has a certain number of health. If that ever runs out and there's none in the supply, the game will end immediately as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
There you go.
Oh, and there's cute
and
little
backstories on the back. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, so that's the businessman. There's the coach.
I love when there's stories with games.
Yeah.
Because I think any game can be a role-playing game if you try hard enough.
Oh, definitely.
So it's really fun when you've got some built-in stories.
Now, have you tried role-playing Castles of Burgundy?
I haven't played Castles of Burgundy.
Oh, it's amazing. I love that game. Anyway, it would be a little bit tricky to roleplay that one, maybe. Just a little bit.
I bet you could find a way.
You could probably find
really
a way.
hard.
I could see that. In any case.
So if I'm really excited about Run Fight or Die Reloaded after seeing it on the show, where can I find out more information about it?
So for the next week, this is still on pre-order. It's on the boat on its way over from China. If you're interested in Kickstarter editions, which comes with more characters, more locations, more followers, more loot, and a Mutant Zombie Mini instead of the disc here.
Okay.
That is still available for the next week, and then we're going to have to close that on down. We will have copies available at Gen Con. We also have copies right here at Origins if they're watching and somehow are at Origins.
Well, we're live.
There you go.
So where are
try
you?
it at the booth. We're at booth number 907.
Fantastic. What other games are you demoing at the booth?
So we are demoing our next Kickstarter game, After the Empire, which is a tower defense worker placement game.
Oh, that's right up my alley.
You should take a look at that one. You like thematic games you will dig this one. Demoing City of Gears. You mentioned you were a little bit bummed about not having Gears here. Yep. City of Gears we're demoing. We're demoing Bushido, which we've also tried out here on Twist. That seemed to get a pretty good reception. And then we're demoing Gem Hens, our new title from our casual line, Social Sloth Games.
Okay, so what is Gem Hens?
Gem Hens is a game where you are trying to lay Fabergé eggs.
Okay. Oh.
So, exactly right. There are gems onto a farm board, and you're sending your chickens out from the hen house using dice to go scoop up the gems and then lay them as facets into a Fabergé egg.
I want to train a hen to pick up a gem and put it somewhere.
Would be pretty useful.
I feel like it would be.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a real-time dice rolling component with that one.
Okay.
And then you take turns executing those actions, throwing more gems on the board. In the later rounds, there can be take that elements to it, because if you take gems and can't place them on your board, they're negative points.
Oh, okay.
You have to have the prettiest Fabergé egg.
Well,
Can't mess with that.
No.
And efficiently so.
Yes.
Can't waste gems.
No. Cannot waste gems. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's what we got along at the booth. Gen Con is going to be huge for us. Reavers of Midgard, the sequel to Champions of Midgard.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds, The New Wave, which is a 2-player War of the Worlds sequel, so to speak. And then, of course, we'll have copies of Run, Fight, or Die.
Fantastic. So if somebody is going to be at Gen Con and they want to know more about what's going on with Grey Fox and what you're going to be bringing there,
Yep.
where can they go to follow you?
Best way to do that is to go to greyfoxgames.com, where, of course, we're all over social media. But if you want the very latest, the inside scoop, our newsletter is the best way to go. We have all sorts of great specials and, of course, the latest news, behind-the-scenes peeks. That's the where you want to be.
Can they sign up for your newsletter on your website?
They can. Yep. It's right there on the top bar. It says sign up for the newsletter.
Cool. That sounds easy.
Yeah, it should be. I hope so.
Kind of planned it that way.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, what about you? Where can people find out more about what you're doing, what content you're creating?
They can find us at eatchitanddice.com, or they can listen to our podcast. It comes out every other Wednesday on Google Play, the Google Play Store, or iTunes, or any of your podcasting apps.
Sounds fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to come on and show me the new games and tell me about everything that's going on with Grey Fox. Outside of Gen Con, where are you going after that? What does the convention schedule look like?
So in between, we have Dice Tower Con. We'll be at Dice Tower Con.
Okay.
Gen Con, of course, Essen. Possibly, well, we're definitely at PAX Unplugged. Possibly at, what am I thinking of in Canada? Shucks. Shut Up and Sit Down Con.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Great.
All over the place.
All over the world.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned. Thanks for joining in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.